Man, another day and I'm still feeling like crap. I mean, this sucks. I've just been sick for a couple of days now. I pretty much lost my whole weekend doing nothing. It even makes it harder to even like sit down and record videos. I really have to like hype myself up before and like warm up my throat and stuff to get ready to even sit here and talk for like 10 minutes straight or whatever. But the show must go on. Today, there was a little piece of content that the LCS put out about like New Year's resolutions and some trash talk and stuff like that. And we are, at least at the time of recording this video, 11 days from the start of the lock-in tournament. So it's time to start with all that trash talk, start with all that narrative building, start with all of the storylines and stuff. Not that we don't have a ton of them coming out of the offseason anyway, but it seems like for the first time in a while, people are really, really hyped up and excited about the start of the LCS season. It'll be interesting to see if viewership reflects that or not, but there's at least some spicy trash talk we can go over in this video to start getting ourselves ready for that lock-in tournament. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I would appreciate that so much. Subscribe to today and all my latest content. Consider checking out the first link in the description below, and even like a bar of boxes underneath the description, I think now, which is pretty cool for the new merch we just dropped. We've started selling a few pieces. Seems like it's going pretty good. I'm excited. I'm happy about it. Hopefully you guys are too. But with that being said, let's get right into this. So like I said, the LCS tweeted out, we asked pros their New Year's resolution to the LCS, which ones do you think will be accomplished? And I think overall this is a pretty good piece of content. I have been really, really critical of the LCS over the last couple of years, especially since things have gone remote and gone online, about the quality of content they've been putting out, which I think has been very, very low. And again, I think viewership on social medias, on YouTube, and especially on Twitch for their actual streams has really reflected that. But now, this is a big season for the LCS. We have a lot of new big faces coming in. We have LS, we have Bjergsen, just to name a couple. And this is a year where the LCS should be able to theoretically, increase their viewership from last season. And if they put out good content, interesting content, exciting storylines, all this stuff, this should be a good year, both on and off the Rift. But they do have to take advantage. They do actually have to step up. It is time for the LCS to step up as a whole, their team and all their content and stuff. But I did think this was a cool piece. So let's see what some of the pro players' New Year's resolutions are, and then kind of judge what we're thinking about them, whether we think they're realistic or crazy or whatever.
I'm just looking forward to get revenge on Team Liquid.
So, Tactical looking to get revenge on Team Liquid. I think that's pretty spicy. I think that's going to be a good storyline throughout this season. As far as whether I think this one is likely or not, I mean, probably not very likely, right? I mean, they'll probably win a game against Team Liquid the whole season. They're going to potentially play them in the lock-in tournament. They might play them in a best-of-5 in the lock-in tournament. They'll get 4 regular season games against them, maybe a summer playoffs, maybe a spring playoffs, multiple opportunities. They could play like 10 to 15 games against TL this year, maybe, or they could only play like 5. But obviously TL is going to be probably a heavy favorite in most of those games. So I don't know if Tactical is going to be getting revenge on them. Also, when you're looking at the Tactical Shen Yi bot lane going up against Han Sama and Core JJ, I don't know how likely revenge is there, but it is a cool, resolution. That is a cool storyline. It'll be fun to watch those games. It'll be Tactical against TL and Bjergsen against TSM. Viewership's going to be good. That's going to be fun.
To go with the Bud Light A single-handedly.
I'm looking forward to elevate Immortals to new heights.
It's a cool.
So, Power Vivo looking to elevate Immortals. I think that is very, very doable. I think he's going to do that. I think Insanity was good last year, but obviously I think Power Vivo is going to be a pretty massive upgrade over him. Power Vivo is a guy who's played on lesser teams before. He's helped them shine. He's helped them stand out. If TSM or C9 or any one of these teams ends up imploding, maybe EG if their players just suck, I could see Immortals, being that next team to maybe move into the top 5. Either way, I think Immortals should be a top 6 playoff team and, could maybe steal some games off some top teams throughout the year. But again, depends what you mean by elevate. Immortals, I still have being a bottom 5 team, but they'll be, the cream of the bottom crop. And I am excited to see PoE on Immortals.
Quadra kill for Power of Evil.
I really want to win everything.
Okay, Ole and Golden Guardians trying to win everything. I don't know about that one. To me, this doesn't seem like a very great storyline or a very good, realistic goal. I am very curious to see how Ole is going to do this season. He could be pretty decent, like we've seen him be in the past, or he could be terrible. And yeah, I'm not predicting Golden Guardians to win anything this year. I have them as like the 6th or 7th best team in the LCS. I think a good goal for them would be to make playoffs.
Gets double stuns there.
I want it to be fun to root for the underdogs again.
He is not toast. He is.
I think that's fair. I think Afremu is going to do a good job of making FlyQuest fun to root for. I think FlyQuest is a team that, yeah, they have, you know, the save the trees or the nature, all that stuff, but that doesn't really make their team more interesting on the Rift. I don't think it's really, you know, equated to that many fans of the team. People are like, oh yeah, FlyQuest is a cool org. Yeah, they're doing cool stuff. You know, you're not going to be like, oh, I hate nature or something like that, but you're not going to be like, oh, they're, you know, saving the ocean or whatever. I'm going to watch their League of Legends game. So to me, their branding's been a little bit strange, a little bit weird. But I think Afremu is going to go to that team and be a beast. And obviously he's a pretty fun and exciting player with a decent sized fan base, who, you know, will probably make it fun to root for FlyQuest at times. So I think that's a good one.
The toaster.
I think COG fans this split definitely have a lot to look forward to.
Contracts in the
That's just not even a resolution. He just said we have a lot to look forward to. That's a bad one. That's an L.
1v3.
I look forward to going from the most improved to the MVP.
What's the gun?
So that's really, really cool. You know, Fudge is a guy who, you know, most improved last year, like he said, but he talks about being an MVP. He was, to some people, an MVP candidate last year. You know, he was some people's choice for the best top laner in the league. And again, if you're the best in your position, you're at least on that short list for the MVP. You know, there was a world last year where if Fudge had just stayed in the top lane coming into this year, he would have been an MVP candidate for some people, you know, headed into the 2022 season. But do I think he's going to be an MVP candidate as a mid laner this year? Probably not. I think that transition, even though I expect Fudge to make a successful transition in the mid lane, I think it's going to take time. I think, you know, maybe being an MVP caliber player next year might be a little bit more realistic for him. But if Cloud9 does well and Fudge is a big part of that in the mid lane, yeah, sure, there's some world where he could be an MVP candidate. I don't think he's going to win MVP this year, but again, like I said, 2023, I think that's an awesome goal. I think he might be getting a little bit ahead of himself.
To Fudge.
Sora and I were former teammates, and we're finally back, and I'm really excited to compete against him again.
Again, not a New Year's resolution. I don't know if Bio didn't get the memo or what. Obviously, it doesn't really matter, but I do think that takes away a little bit from the excitement and, like, the content. Like, give us a New Year's resolution. Call somebody out. Say something spicy. Say something good. I think Fudge, you know, he had some good ones. Tactical, he had a good one. Biofrost, Contracts, what are you guys doing? Come on. Especially being the Dignitas and CLG representatives. Those are the teams that need some good storylines the most. And you guys are letting us down. Another L from Bio there.
Biofrost is a god. That was word.
My goal next year is to become the best mid in the LCS.
I think it's a really, really cool goal. I don't think it's going to happen, but I am a big fan of Ablaze Olive. I think he's been underrated. I think TSM, you know, could have maybe held on to him a little bit longer, and maybe, you know, he'd be the starting mid laner for them right now. And I have said that I think this guy can be a top 5 mid laner this year, maybe even top 4. I think this guy's the best North American mid laner by far. You know, he's really, really good. I don't think he's going to be the best just because there's some really, really good ones. You know, Bjergsen, Abadage, some really, really big names. Even Power of Evil still. But I do think Ablaze Olive is going to be good, and you should not sleep on him.
Olive is hungry, baby.
I look forward to putting Bjergsen back into retirement.
And there it is. There's the most spicy of them all. And I love that they gave Fudge 2, and both of Fudge's are really, really good. I mean, just from even a short video like this, you can tell who's good at content and who's not good at content. That's why Fudge has been so successful. You know, he's learning from Cloud9. He's learning from LS, these people that are so good at content. And he's saying he's going to put Bjergsen back into retirement. And again, I don't think that one is as likely, but it's possible. I mean, if TL comes out this year and they disappoint, if they aren't, you know, like the 1 seed going into Worlds, if they don't get out of groups at Worlds, if Fudge smashes Bjergsen, if Bjergsen comes back and sucks, Bjergsen's talked about he doesn't know what the future has in store for him. And maybe Fudge could send him into retirement. But either way, that's such a spicy line. That's spicy trash talk. That's something we can use as a meme, as a story, as a headline. Whether Fudge does good or bad, people are going to play that clip. And that's fun. That's interesting. That's exciting. That's what adds to storylines and context for the fans. That's what helps grow the league bigger, and we need stuff like that. So good for you, Fudge. I love what you're doing. I hope you have a good year this year, but I don't think you're going to be sending Bjergsen into retirement. But either way, I can respect it. I can appreciate it. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below. What's your New Year's resolution? What should be a New Year's resolution for one of these LCS teams or players? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, save today, and all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.